Hello and welcome to FH Documentaries. Today, the topic of the video is the grandeur of one of the seven wonders of the world, the Great Pyramids of Giza. No pyramids are more celebrated than the Great Pyramids of Giza, located on a plateau on the west bank of the Nile River on the outskirts of modern-day Cairo. The oldest and largest of the three pyramids of Giza, known as the Great Pyramid, is the only surviving structure out of the famed seven wonders of the ancient world. The sides of the Khufu's pyramid's base are on average 755.75 feet or 230 meters, and its original height was 481.4 feet or 147 meters, making it the largest pyramid in the world. Like other pyramids, the Great Pyramid is surrounded by rows of mastabas where relatives or officials of the kings were buried. The middle pyramid at Giza was built for the king's son, Pharaoh Khafre. The Pyramid of Khafre is the second tallest pyramid at Giza and contains Khafre's tomb. The unique feature built inside Khafre's pyramid complex was the Great Sphinx, a guardian statue carved in limestone with the head of a man and body of a lion. It was the largest statue in the ancient world, measuring 240 feet long and 66 feet high. The southernmost pyramid at Giza was built for Khafre's son. It is the shortest of the three pyramids, having a height of 218 feet. Though some popular versions of history held that the pyramids were built by slaves or foreigners forced into labor, skeletons excavated from the area show that the workers were probably native Egyptian agricultural laborers who worked on the pyramids during the time of year when the Nile River flooded much of the land nearby. Approximately 2.3 million blocks of stone, averaging about 2.5 tons, each had to be cut, transported, and assembled to build Khufu's Great Pyramid. The ancient Greek historian Herodotus wrote that it took about 20 years to build and required a labor of 100,000 men. But later, archaeological evidence suggests that the workforce might actually have been around 20,000. Tomb robbers and other vandals in both ancient and modern times removed most of the bodies and funeral goods from Egypt's pyramids and plundered their exterior walls as well, due to which the Great Pyramids no longer reach their original heights. Khufu's, for example, measures only 451 feet high. Nonetheless, millions of people continue to visit the pyramids each year, drawn by their towering grandeur and the enduring allure of Egypt's rich and glorious past. One of the biggest mysteries about the Egyptian pyramids is the construction techniques used to erect them. The incredible feats of the Egyptians is all the more impressive when taking into consideration that over 2 million limestone and granite blocks were used to build the Great Pyramid of Giza, each piece of which weighed about 2.5 tons. So how were these giant blocks moved? Unfortunately, the Egyptians did not leave behind written records, and many theories have been proposed over the years. A 2014 study theorized that it could be as easy as water and sand. A wall painting dating back to 1900 BCE depicts a position of a man pulling a large statue on a sled as one person stands at the front pouring water over sand. Though it was originally thought that the gesture was purely ceremonial, there is a scientific evidence that this painting holds the key to unlocking the mystery of how they all were moved. Researchers experimented pulling large amount of weights on a sled across sand and found that when they added the right amount of water, the job was significantly easier. The dampness of the sand and greatly reduced friction by up to as much as 50%, making it much more feasible to haul large amount of weights. According to British Egyptologists, the stars were a guiding force in how the pyramids were aligned. Kate Spence of Cambridge University published research in 2000 that demonstrates how the Big Dipper and Little Dipper were used to align the pyramids in north-south direction. So accurate were their measurements that they only have a margin of error of up to 0.05 degrees. Interestingly, with this information in hand, it's possible to date the pyramids using astronomical records. The long-held theory that the pyramids were built by slaves might not actually be true. It was the Greek historian Herodotus who helped spread the idea that slaves built the pyramids through his writing, but not might be true. In the 1990s, the graves of pyramid builders were discovered. Egyptologists are quite sure that they were not slaves, but rather builders who came from lower income families. Their burial in a tomb shows that their role in building the pyramid was an honor, and certainly was not a treatment that would have been given to slaves. The Great Pyramid of Giza is not only the most recognized of Egypt's pyramids, it's also the only of the seven wonders of the ancient world that's still standing. The Great Pyramid is impressive for many reasons, but one of the most interesting characteristics of this celebrated monument is that it can also tell time. The structure actually acts as an enormous sundial, with its shadow telling the hour by falling on the marks made in the stone. Of course, being the Great Pyramid, it couldn't be just any old sundial. Its level of sophistication meant it not only told time, but also was able to signal solstices and equinoxes, and therefore helped the Egyptians define the solar year. Egyptology is a highly active field, with researchers moving away from reading inscriptions but continuing to excavate and use technology to answer many mysteries still to be revealed. For instance, the recent discovery of a 4,500-year-old ramp north of Luxor is giving scholars clues into how the ancient Egyptians may have hauled machinery for long distances. Close to Saqqara burial site, the discovery of cat mummies and hundreds of wooden cat statues in a tomb also show just how much there still is to explore and uncover about the ancient Egyptians. That's all here from FH Documentaries. Please subscribe my channel, and if you like the video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thanks.